We are pulling up to a site to do an estimate. It is a commercial site. It's a smaller commercial site. They're doing some renovations on it, and the landscaping they obviously haven't touched in a long time. So this is not a design build. This is going to be a commercial maintenance quote for long-term general monthly maintenance, and also just like general cleanup. So a first-time cleanup, because like I said, they haven't touched the landscaping in a long time. So it's just got a lot of overgrowth, and they're trying to get some drone shots and some photos here. They said next week. So let's hop out, look around, and put some numbers together, get it their way, and hopefully get it knocked out. So first thing I'm noticing again is we got obviously all the crack weeds in here, right? Those need to be cleaned up for it to look good. Looking off to the front of the property and the side of the property, you have all the general weed overgrowth. Try to figure out, hey, do they want to just fill this up with rock, be lower maintenance, or they want to kind of clear it out, maybe do some grass, get some grass growing? There's riprap rock put on up here onto that side. I'm sure that that's probably the neighbor's property, so we might not do anything over there. At least for the front cleanup, it's just going to be straight weed eating and spraying. So let's go to the back and check that out real quick. As you can see, they got a hell of a lot of weed growth. This may not even be this property's fence, or maybe the next property's fence, but something you may want to ask the owner. Like right now, they have a really heavy slope off the back side of this. I don't know if eventually they may want to put in a retaining wall. You know, they might want to have this concrete either cleaned up or just left, and then have a walkway of more concrete come around to the back side. So we just went through the maintenance walkthrough. When I pulled up, the customer wants to make sure that they have a general cleanup so they can get some photos to get the property listed. Otherwise, they're obviously looking for regular maintenance. So when we do pull up, the first thing I'm gonna look at is how long is the cleanup gonna take? Then also, what are other things that we could sell? Like what's drainage, do they need a wall, do they need concrete? So when we pulled up, we saw obviously a lot of weeds in the crack, weeds generally growing up everywhere that needs to be cut down and trimmed and sprayed. And then walking to the back, need to double check and make sure that we do see the entire property so we have the full scope of work. I would always recommend calling the client while you're on site to make sure that you have everything covered and they can build that trust with you that you do know what you're going to be quoting. And then also take photos if you can. Make sure to get everything documented, especially if you see something that could be done, like some drainage work, some concrete work. Take pictures of it so you can send it to the owner and say, hey, here's something I noticed. Is it something you want to get done? You have a higher chance of selling that as well. And then again, for maintenance, once everything is kind of done and completed and cleaned up on the front end, see how long is generally things going to take from the spraying to the mowing to the trimming. Know your general services, because it's all based off of how many hours does it take the guys to be on here and how many services you're going to be visiting. So without further ado, that's it.